I may or may not have told the people that y'all be lying about how spicy these coochie books are because y'all be at the house letting Mr. get on top of you and do his business. And I didn't mean it like that. Okay, maybe I did, because you don't need to let that man just get on top of you and rut, girl. Hi, friends. Welcome back to Show Me and the Book Club. I am Show Me Monet, and I thought I would come and talk to you about some of my favorite coochie books that I've read so far this year, or just ones that have kind of been lingering on my mind. For those that don't know what a coochie book is, that's what I refer to as Black erotica, specifically by African American women, specifically written for Black women. You catch my drift here. Last year I had a video go viral where I said that every woman needs 3 books, one for her mind, one for her heart, and one for her coochie. Reading should be fun. Okay, but some of the stuff that y'all claim to be coochie books ain't really coochie books. So I thought I'd come tell you about some of my favorites so far this year and kind of give you a rating. Maybe not a rating, but tell you why I think that it's spicy, just so that you can kind of see where my mind is. All books that I talk about in this video will be linked down below in the underneath bar. It is called the underneath bar because it is underneath the video. Okay, if you'd like to hear it go. Before we get started, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you want more coochie book recs. If you want to hear me yap about books, if you want to just be my friend, subscribe to my channel, cousin. What you waiting for? Let's get into it for real this time. If you see me looking down, I am looking at my iPad mini. This is my homegirl. Where I go, she go. Where she go, I go. So these are in no particular order. Okay, I'm just going to yap my little heart away. First up, I want to talk about The Opportunity by T.M. Richardson. So this is an age gap romance, but it is the 3rd book in the Secret series. I talked to you guys about The Oath and the, what's the second one called? The Offer. I almost forgot. I'll put them on the screen somewhere. The Opportunity is about the 3rd friend, Nadine. What I enjoyed about this book is that although it is very spicy, it is a larger conversation about Black women and sexuality. So Nadine is the holier than thou friend. She believes that God-fearing women only have certain types of sex. She believes that she is wrong for having any kind of feelings towards women, although she has always been attracted to women, and she has been suppressing these feelings because she is trying to live up to societal standards, which I think is a thing that all Black women have struggled with. Whether it is necessarily tied to religion or not could be give or take, right? That just kind of depends on the path you walk in life. But I do think that there aren't enough spaces for Black women to express their sexuality openly, which is a part of the reason why I made my original coochie book video anyway, right? I think there is this misconception that if you read certain types of books that you're not a real reader, that if you are reading erotica that means that you have some sort of porn addiction, and that just isn't true. Sexuality is a part of life, no matter what it is you are attracted to, as long as you are not hurting yourself or any children, or doing anything to anybody without consent. Explore, do it safely. Okay, so in The Opportunity, Nadine is having some issues with her husband. They decide to go to Secrets, the sex club. She sees this woman. She is thoroughly attracted to her, and it becomes a why choose type of situation where her husband is very open to her being in a relationship with a woman. We get all types of sex in this book. We get sex with just her and her husband. We get sex with her and the little girlfriend. We get sex with all 3 of them. And I often think that people think that group sex means that everybody is having sex with each other, and that's not necessarily true, and this is representation of that. So The Oath, it is very spicy. I will say I hated Nadine most of the book. I think that was purposeful. But I don't like her, and I don't think that I ever will. Next, I have Surrender to Me. This is by the Tasha Marie. I thoroughly enjoyed this. This book is the perfect display of kink, but it also kind of uncovers this conversation about how a lot of women have an issue with being submissive because they don't want to give up control, and they feel like being submissive means a certain thing that it doesn't actually mean. And sometimes you just need to surrender. And what better way to surrender than leaving your pleasure in the hands of someone else? There is a scene in this where he only used toys. I mean, my God, today, a man's man. Because any man that tells you that he's the real man and he doesn't need toys, run from him, friend. In the opposite direction, full speed. Okay, because why you so close-minded? Why is everything an attack on your manhood? Is that small? Anyway, in Surrender to Me, the female main character is an entrepreneur, and she goes to a weekend retreat where she is able to meet all of these investors, and she's trying to pitch herself because she needs some money. She wants to expand her business, and things just are not going the way that she intended for them to go. And she is disappointed. She goes to the bar, and there is this very attractive older black man, salt pepper beard. He fine. He got this swag to him. You kind of just know. You know it's heavy by how he walked, okay? And he propositions her. He was like, I can probably make all your issues go away if you allow me to. I can give you the money that you need, but you need to spend a weekend with me, just a weekend. Excuse me. And as soon as you walk in my door, you have to do all of the things that I tell you. No ifs, ands, or buts. And if you don't decide to come, you don't decide to come, but you can. And she was a little offended, like, I'm not a prostitute. And he was like, nobody ever said that, baby. I just would like to teach you how to surrender. And woo, a lesson was learned. A lesson was learned, okay? I'd like a weekend with Legend myself, to be honest with you. Sure will. I want multiple weekends with him now. Next, we are venturing into the romance fantasy side of things. So this is the Hamilton Brothers series. Is 2 novellas by Drea Anderson. She writes a lot of like shifter romance. I've read a few of her others, and I wouldn't say that these are the spiciest books. I think what makes it for me, why I think they are coochie books, is because of the mating process between shifters. And I just really enjoy the like dominance and the even the shifter aspect of it. I mean, y'all didn't know me back in the day when all I watched was True Blood, but I had a thing for Alcee. Do you hear? Oh, baby. So I'm partial to a shifter. Never considered bears. Never considered that until I read the Hamilton Brothers. So the first one is Gabriel. It's called The Friend Contract. He tricks his very best friend into being in a relationship with him because he understands that they are mates. With shifters, it is innate in them. Like, they see their person and that just is who they want. And that is it. I only have eyes for you. Oh, sorry. Sorry. The intensity between them, okay, could cut it with a knife. It's a good time. He is a bear shapeshifter. She is a part of a Panther clan. It was a very good time. The second one is his twin brother, Brent. That one is the alpha affair. Brent is next in line to be alpha, but in order for him to do that, he needs a mate. And he is not all that excited about that because he just doesn't necessarily, like, he understands why he has to become alpha. He's just not all that thrilled about it, and he hasn't found his mate. He doesn't really want to look, and his mama is stressing him out about it, and so is his daddy, and whatever. And then he falls in love with the witch. Another case of he was folding her up. Do you hear me? A time was had. I liked them. They were fun. And Brent was, so Gabe is very much a grumpy bear, but Brent is a lot softer. But that doesn't mean that he wasn't putting that lady through the mattress. Amen. Amen. Next, if you've watched any of my videos this year, within the last few months, you know the book that I'm going to talk about next, and I'm not even going to go into a lot of detail, but it is Resurgence and Ascendance. Christian Devereaux, he's mine. You may have had him once, but I got him all the time. I think this is a coochie book because of the representation of kink. Okay, I think a true, like, in order to call something spicy, there should be some representation of kink. There just should be. And this has that. Christian Devereaux, the underlying conversation in this is that kink is not only to be used for your pleasure, but it could be used as a source of therapy in a good way or in a bad way. So similar to Surrender to Me, whereas the female main character in that is learning to trust, that is what's happening in this as well, right? The female main character in Resurgence and Ascendance is put into the situation of kink to learn to trust. But Christian, on the other hand, is using it to hide his emotions in some ways. So this causes opposites attract, right? Where they are using this thing that ultimately brings the, like, bonds them together. So I think it's a very interesting conversation. He was tying that lady up and having his way, and I really like that. And I also enjoyed the fact that there wasn't immediate penetration. There isn't that until way into the book, which is a larger conversation of what really is intimacy, what really is sex. Do you really need, do that man got to get on top of you and rut for the both of y'all to have a good time? No, girl. The Filth King series by Masterpiece, very filthy, okay? But this is a very dark romance, if that is your thing. There is, the female main character is a social media influencer. She has a platform similar to the Shade Room, and she is trying to take down this very dangerous family in town. And it leads to this very intense, stalkerish, filthy, sexy relationship between her and the son of this family. There are side stories. The way that their families are intertwined is a lot, but it is spicy. It's spicy. There is all different kinds of sex, kink representation in them, but it is dark. So this isn't no Cinderella story. He's crazy. This isn't the type of book that you read and you say, I want a relationship like that. No, this is for pure entertainment purposes. He is not well. And then last but certainly not least, I want to talk about the Primal Fetish Paradox. This is a dark, why choose? Because I saw somewhere on the internet that we're not supposed to say reverse harem anymore. I don't know why, but a why choose trilogy. by 3 different authors. So the first one is Sinful Restraint. So there are 3 frat brothers who are businessmen by day, and by night, bang bang shoot 'em up. Okay, and there is a woman that they all have their eyes on, but she is forbidden because she is the little sister of one of their frat brothers, and then something happens to the frat brother, so now they can have her. So the first book is her relationship with Cruz. Cruz is very much a dom, but I'm really y'all about to be in the comments yelling. He has a particular fetish. He has a blood fetish. Okay, so there is period sex representation in this book. He does like to restrain her a lot. He does like to tie her to things. Okay, the second book, Sinful Chains, is her and what's his name? Is his name Storm? Hold the line. Let's double check. Yes, Storm. Storm is a professor. Storm is, in his own rights, a submissive. This has Fendom representation. He wants her to spend his money. He wants to be controlled. He wants to worship her. He do be sucking toes. And not that I know this personally, I read a lot of books and that's how I know, but black men of a certain age like to put toes in their mouth. I only know that for scientific purposes. Don't let the man lie to you neither. Okay, friend? Your feet might just be ugly. And then the last one is Sinful Submission. This one is with Titan. Titan is holding back in their relationship. He is not as open as she would like, and she's trying to figure out why. And he kind of explains it, so on and so forth, but he likes fire. That's his kink. He likes fire. Yes, and he may have chained her to something and lit her ablaze. That was a double entendre, because he, in multiple ways, he did. She didn't burn or anything like that. It explains in the book what he did and why he likes it and so on and so forth. But it's a very good time. And then in between all of the hunching, because they be hunching hard, bang bang shoot 'em up. It's a good time. It's a good time. I do like that this series was like, each book was her relationship with each guy. It really showed the intricacy of a non-traditional, a non-monogamous relationship, which I thought was really cool. And I think out of all of them, those were the spiciest. Those were the spiciest. Read them, tread lightly, okay? If you've made it this far in this video, down below, tell me, have you read any of these? Or what are some spicy books that you have read recently that don't have the C word for the male appendage in the thing? I don't like the cock-a-doodle-doo word. And if you can't put two and two together to make 6 to figure out what I mean, don't recommend me no books, Suge. Thank you very much. Let me know what coochie books you have read down below in the comments. And yeah, if nobody has told you, I love you. You are kind, you are smart, you are important, if to no one else, to me. Bye, friends.